All right, I'm back. I'm back. Settle down, settle down. I know. God, it feels good to be back. Sorry about the brief delay in video uploads. I was moving because my last apartment was not rent stabilized. And now I have a kitchen. Moving was fun. New spot, same me. Let's get into it. So today I will be watching City of God, which was a movie that was released in 2002 in Brazil. This movie looks a little bit dated, but I don't think it'll be a problem. From the short trailer that I've watched online, it looks like this movie is going to be pretty stress-inducing, and I heard it was somewhat of a true story, so we'll see how that goes. I have a couple predictions for this movie, and let's just say they're either going to be spot on, or they couldn't be further away from true. So here are a couple predictions. I'm not really sure what I'm getting myself into. I think this is another one of those crime drama movies, maybe action. Maybe romance, maybe comedy. It definitely won't be comedy. So I'm thinking there's going to be a love story, maybe like a little West Side Story action. There might be two lovers from different gangs, maybe. I think there's probably gonna be a lot of death is my guess. But honestly, I really don't know how I'm going to score this movie because I haven't seen anything quite like it before. Anyways, that's enough yapping from me. I have to go to Verizon and return my router, or else they will send the Verizon bounty hunters out for me. But once I get back, I promise I'll watch the movie and then give my review. See you guys in 1 second. Yeah.
Alrighty guys, I'm back. And yes, I did return my router to Verizon. Honestly, it was super easy, very nice. If you ever have to return a router to Verizon, just go in, hand them the white box, and you're good to go. Not sponsored. I just watched City of God, and let me just say, holy that movie is insane. I'd say it's one of the better ones I've ever seen. For this movie review, what do you say we switch it up? I'm going to go over some of the key details here and kind of just talk my way through this. Just give a little score at the end here. Just let you guys know what I noticed in the movie, what I thought was cool, and some of my thoughts. So City of God opens up in the slums of Rio de Janeiro in the 60s, and we kind of follow this ragtag team of hoodlums around. Now these guys seem to be the originators of gang violence, I guess, because they do something pretty drastic. Oh, well, what did they do, you might be asking? They hold up a sex hotel? Which to me just seems like a normal hotel, but after seeing all the other rooms, it seemed like it was definitely a sex hotel. These boys then go and crash a car into a building and tell the patrons of this restaurant that they didn't see anything. My initial thought was, how do you not see anything? That's literally what I said. We follow the characters home and they all kind of spread off and go their separate ways to avoid being caught by the police. And one of the characters seems to find a girl. That's that spicy love. First prediction, check. The following day, we see the police officers kind of trying to find these boys, and they accidentally kill the nerd instead of the gang member who walks right past them. Now, my opinion will change further into this video, but early on in the movie, these police officers were super comical to me. I don't know why it was so funny to watch these police officers shoot guns like they've never even seen one in a picture. So yeah, the gang split up, some of them swore off violence, some of them got jobs after this last failed heist, but the one character that I laughed so hard at because of his absolute swagger and demeanor, you guessed it, Lil Dice. He's posted up on those concrete blocks like they were put there for him to sit on. Now this makes sense because his dream is to be the strongest, which we'll see how that develops later on. And by later on, I mean right now. We quickly discover that Lil Z doesn't just want to be a gang member, he wants to kill every person on the planet. we do a little bit of a time skip, and we're in the 70s now, and we follow this new character whose name is Rocket.
Bom, eu continuava virgem, sem
God,
namorado.
he's just like me for real. Again, I forgot to record a lot of Lil Z's wrongdoings, but I promise you, there are a lot of them. He's a pretty in-depth character. He's someone who just wants everything and wants to be respected and also feared. But there was a moment when his best friend Benny was retiring from the force. And after Lil Z got rejected by a woman, he was also losing his best friend. And not to gang violence, but because of Benny's own decisions.
Caralho, bota na tua cabeça que eu tô indo embora, Zé. Gosto de tu pra caralho, Zé. Mas não dá mais pra mim não, parceiro.
I started to feel bad for Lil Z, but also he's a child psychopath. As I said previously, Lil Z was at the retirement party for Benny, and he was told to go approach a girl because he never had women. No women ever actually liked him unless he paid them or forced them. So yeah, he's at this party and he asks a woman to dance and she rejects him, and I'm sure he'll take it well. Yeah, never mind about that. Back to Rocket, the aspiring photographer. He lands himself a pretty sweet deal outside of the slums, where he's kind of interning, kind of working for a newspaper magazine. Basically, some woman working with the news stole his pictures that he took and labeled them as her own. This in turn makes Rocket really mad, so he kind of raises his voice and gets mad at her, which is totally fair. And he kind of has this moral dilemma where it's like, can I be in the gangs and can I also start working towards my job, my love, my career? He's worried about going back to the slums, so he asks if he could stay with the woman that stole his pictures.
Infelizmente, essa casa só tem quarto, busca-peça.
I saw this coming from a mile away. Rocket, you dirty dog, you. And then the movie progresses, kind of just until the end, as movies usually do. They introduce some cool characters. Handsome Ned is one. There's a lot of kind of subplots in this movie that just build up the main plot, I guess. Everybody dies, except for Rocket, which I could have sworn would be shot. But then I figured out this movie is based on a true story and Rocket is real. There was a lot of death in this movie. At times it was a tough watch. It felt real. Sometimes it felt almost like a documentary, less than a movie, but still had a really good story. I really enjoyed it though. I thought it was great. I'll probably watch it again. Probably not like a first date movie, but maybe fifth date movie. I mean, first date movie, you gotta go with blended. Anyways, I will give this movie a 9 out of 10. Why am I giving it a 9 out of 10? Because I thought it was fantastic, really. That's it. I thought the stories were good. It didn't bother me that it was in a different language, and I kind of kept up through the whole thing. It did kind of shift its tone throughout the movie, though. The beginning, maybe I just wasn't prepared, but the beginning I thought was a little more, cynical and satirical, and then I started to realize, oh shit, this is real. Fantastic acting all across the board. When people died and people cried, I felt a little something, and that's not always a bad thing. It's one of those I think will bounce around and be on streaming nearest you. Thank you guys for watching Zach's movie reviews. Apologize again for the delays, but we're up now. We're in the new apartment, so new stuff coming soon. I got a list of movies I'm watching, so I will see you guys then. Peace.